It's Don, the auction professor here. I've got to finish up wrapping today. I saved the last few things. I figured I'd just wrap them real quick so you can kind of see what I do again. I'll just basically center in on smaller items, some of the paper items. These are what needs to go out today. Today is Saturday morning. I sold, I think, 39 items today. I'll show you a quick clip in a minute here on what we got going out after I finish this. But again, I will go over a few of the items as well. This one here is a card. It's 1870s. We got $6 out of it. Been up for a little while, but I have hundreds of these. Well, tens of thousands of those actually. I am going to just whiz it up here into a package. I already printed my labels, and let's see here. Let me find the right thing. Star Braid. Company name is Star Braid on this. Again, $6. These are the boxes again. They're the Walmart boxes. I've cut them down into 4 panels each side of the box. That's again what I cut down to ship most of these small items with. I'm just going to fold it right there, and we're going to cut along that fold. Kind of hard to show you while I'm doing it, but it doesn't have to be straight. It's just here to protect the paper items. We're going to cut it again down the side. That's 2 panels, and then we're going to get 4 out of each one. So you get 16 items you can mail for 73 cents. 73 cents is what these boxes cost at Walmart. So you get 16 items for that price. So that's pretty cheap. I don't know how much cheaper you could get to save something and pack it correctly and safely. I'll take this. I always put the printed side in, so that's not what they first see. We're just going to fold it around it, just like so. That's the cards inside the middle. Quick twist it up. I always wrap it this way too. This way, it can't slide out for some reason. If it slides out, it's going to get bent. The point on these cards are 100 and some odd years old. This card was printed in the 1870s to the early 1880s. That kind of material is not made to be bent. Sometimes if it is bent, it'll crack and literally break into 2 instantly. Let me keep that up there. And we're just going to whiz out the label again. I don't buy the stickers. You can if you want. I could use paper cutter for this and make it quick, but I don't mind. It's therapeutic, I guess, cutting these out. I use these as well too. I've got like 30 of these today already. We're just going to whiz it back on there. It only takes literally like 30 seconds to whiz one of these up. I'm going a little slower than I usually do because I'm trying to show you, but that's it. Just make sure it's down, and then off it goes. This one literally just sold a couple minutes ago. It's a ball corset card. $27.50 is what I sold it for. Cards like this I sell constantly. They're big movers, the trade cards. I buy them all the time. Estate sales, auctions. The local ones are the best, or the ones that are promoted regionally. I use those too. Again, already sealed up in the little plastic. I just did that. We're going to fold it, fold it, fold it, and tape it. And then grab the next piece, shove it in the bag. I just cram the little protective cover off. Shouldn't jam it so quickly, but there we go. That one's sealed. Let's pull out the label. Again, I printed them all ahead of time. Usually sat there and print them. I don't do the mass printing on them. I do scan them for a master scan sheet for the post office, but that's about it. But I ship to the very minute. If the post office hasn't made it here yet, somebody pays for something, I'll ship it right away, all the way up to the time the post office gets here. There's always someone around that can pack it up real quick, but we always look out for that. It's good for your business to get the items out immediately. Amazon has pretty much taken over that and forced everybody else to do it. As we know, eBay's changing what they do and how they do things, geared more towards Amazon. Shipping's going to be an issue too, as they've already got down to the 3-day shipping guarantee. So personally for me, I ship everything immediately. I don't wait, hold anything. I ship 6 days a week. If we're out of town, one of the employees comes in and does it. There's a couple that have a code, and they'll ship it for us while we're gone. I try to train everybody who works for me to know how to do everything, single thing we have. That way, if one person is sick, it's called cross-training. If one person's sick, somebody else can fill in. I had an employee who is had some problems in school, so he was taking some time off. I just filled in with somebody else, no big deal. Garden Park, that card I just showed you was $9.50. Let's see here. That one's actually going to France. They actually spent, oh geez, like $13, $14 on shipping, more than the card. I always ship that way to certain areas in certain countries. France, lately I've had 3 lost items. They're not for a high dollar amount, and it actually pays off still to ship, but for most part, I try and use the global shipping program. I know it doesn't work for some people, and the expense-wise that people have to pay to get it. I wouldn't call it a rip-off like a lot of people do. For eBay, they've got to track this item. They've got to have somebody rehandle it, make sure it gets there, it's loaded, it's shipped, it's on a plane. I know, costly. I still use it though. I still have sales. Certain countries like Germany, I still send straight to. I send straight to the UK. I send straight to Japan all the time. Australia is fine. Let's see, where else? Canada and Mexico are the other countries that I ship straight to. The rest I'll go through global shipping program unless they contact me and on a one-by-one basis. Talked about these in another video. Roller skating labels. I got $34.50 for this one. It sold last night. We will wrap it up. Again, these cardboard strips that I use work for pretty much anything like this. On some of these type items that I sell for that high, I double cardboard them. Just adds a little extra protection. Shove it in another bag. 2 of these will fit in here. I can actually fit 3 depending on the size, 3 thicknesses of cardboard if it's something really expensive. Like a baseball card or something I might have sold for $1,200, $1,500 or something. Okay, what did we put in there? Skate label here. Same thing, cut out the label. I know some people say, you know, I'm wasting time and with the labels like this. I don't. It honestly, again, it's therapeutic, I guess. I don't mind cutting it out by hand. I've done it this way forever. If somebody gave me the labels for free, I'd probably use them. I do have a couple printers, all laser jets, so they're actually the most effective and efficient. But you can see it doesn't take long to wrap up a few things here. Again, this is total. I think I got almost 40 items going out today, Saturday morning. Another set of cards. That's a 7 days of the week. I got $34.50 for it. Fold that in here. It's Higgins Soap is the name of the company that made these. Grab another envelope. I think I'll have to get a couple more envelopes here. Yeah, I'll need a couple more. As I was getting ready to do this, I sold 2 more items, so hence I'll need another envelope here. But once you've done hundreds of these, I do hundreds of these a week. In the past, on one account, we average 600 to 700 items on one of the accounts a month. Altogether, I probably ship between Discogs, Poshmark, Etsy, and Amazon, maybe 1,200 items a month. Somewhere in that range, right around 1,200. That's typical. Christmas time, it might go up to, say, 1,400. I've got dedicated staff that literally sometimes during the year will just do certain things like ship. In holiday season, sometimes we might have someone packing for 4 or 5 hours, depending on how much we sold. There's been days we've sold 120 some odd items. And there's days that one person bought 110 items, cards similar to this, but so it can take some time. But again, you're making a ton of money off of it. We've been in 5 digits a month for a long time. We sell a lot, so for us, shipping, having someone who knows how to do it's great. I have someone who does it really quick, and then everybody else can do it as well too. I do a lot of it sometimes, and then I have employees that do certain things all the time. Even though they can do everything, one might just take photographs for a week or two straight. Some people just list. My oldest son helps sort through stuff that comes in. He helps processes it. We split it up into lots or whatever the case may be. My youngest son likes to do the media. We saw a lot of movie-related items, 16mm films, 35mm films, 8mm films, and we actually watch all those. We've got a 10-foot screen on the other side here. We have a projector that we run off to for watching just movies, so we have like family movie night too, but we double use the screen. We'll look at almost every slide. One of the kids will pop in slide after slide for the 35mm slides. I'll probably go over that maybe. I did get a new projector and some more 8mm film. Maybe I'll just do another video of that here still today, but let's just finish this off. Another set of, it's Liebig beef extract. It's like beef bouillon flavoring. This set is Zeppelin's Dirigibles. Sold pretty well, $66.50 I got out of the 6-card set. I've sold probably 50 different sets of these. I probably still have 100 different sets of these. They're not quick movers, but they sell very well. When they do, and you make a big profit, I've got $1 maybe into all of these. We'll whiz this one up real quick. This dispenser, again, I wouldn't know what to do without it. We're just going to shove it in the bag again. Cards sell very well. They take up a lot less space than most anything else. I'll probably go over that too, where you can kind of see how we store these and how I bin them, how we label them, because when you have 10,000 of something up or 20,000 of something up, it's hard to track and keep an eye on where they're at. Let's get this one done. I only got a couple more. I'm sure before the post office shows up, it's only like 9:50 now. I started wrapping this morning at like 8, I want to say. So weekends, there's some days that we don't have anybody working. We try to have the employees work during the week so we can have some free time and not have to worry about people around. So you don't see anybody here today. Let's see here. Next item, these are actually cufflinks for AC Delco spark plugs. I got $10 for them. I got these for literally, I paid $1 for a big bag of items, including these. I had 15 of these little, they're charms, they're spark plug charms. Champion Spark Plugs founder lived here in the area. He's got a big mansion that they've donated to the city that's a museum and it's a park. It's a lovely place to go. But these you see around here locally, I paid like $1 for the cufflinks and 15 of these little charms. These little charms, believe it or not, I sell every day for 10, 15 bucks. I sell every one of these. They sell all the time. You see them all the time around here. People think they're just junk. They're actually made out of metal and ceramic, just like a real spark plug. They'll make earrings out of them or whatever the case may be, but they're charms, literally charms here locally. I see them constantly. There's not a week that goes by that I don't probably see a couple of these. But as I said, there's 5 left. I sold 10 of them really quickly. These will sell too. But onto this, let me grab some paper. I just used a couple sheets of paper. I always protect everything. $10 again I got off that, plus then I've already sold 10 at $12 a piece of the little charms of these spark plugs. So we already made 100 and some odd bucks off of these already. Profit. Fold it up. I usually tape it like this, and then I use. Oh, I'm gonna have to cut up another one here. Let's show you one more time. Fold it over. We're gonna zip down the side. And it doesn't have to be perfect. If it's a little crooked, it's not going to matter. It's just for protection. It's not for looks. I use these literally every single day, 6 days a week that I do mail. I do mail on Saturdays. It is Saturday, so as you see, Mail doesn't get here till usually 2, 3 o'clock, sometimes 4. It's been here as late as 5:30 at night. It's even not shown up once before, so, you know, I ship to the last minute. I have awesome feedback because of it. I always ship the same way, so people see and expect my bags. I know a lot of people say nobody cares how you ship it and what they're in as long as they get there safe. It's true for a lot of people, but for me personally, I do have a lot of people who are folks that are older and buying collectibles, things that they used to have, things that they used to own, things family related. They're just awesome struck when they see the package comes in. Sometimes I get email almost every single week, at least one a week. Sometimes they even leave in the feedback, oh, I was so emotionally attached to this when I was a kid. It was just a dream come true to find it again, or you made my day, or on and on and on. Every week that happens. I'm not exaggerating. I mean, you sell high volume, you're going to see it. Or I'll have people sending me an email saying, hey, look, I looked forward to that package. I was so elated to see it. They knew what it was instantly. I pack the same way every time. If they order books or comics, it's always wrapped the same way. They know instantly which one is mine out of whatever they show up that day. That's kind of branding in a way, too, to me. I have routine return customers that buy multiple items on a weekly basis. At least 2 or 3 times a week, someone comes back and buys something else. Collectibles are different than clothing. Clothing, they just want a style or a kind or whatever the case may be, or the cheapest one that's the same condition as all the other ones. Collectibles are collectibles. People collect these items. If I sell one item, hundreds of them, people are going to end up coming back to me because that's the item they collected. I'm the person who has a lot of what they want. So you do want to build a branding into what you do, every aspect of it. I don't care if it's wrapping up or what it is. That's part of your branding. I sell to some higher end places. I sell to museums. I would never send a used box or something to a museum. It just wouldn't be something I would do. I want to be as up on their list of ordering from as possible. And again, I always turn, if I'm sending cardboard through the mail, I always fold it in so they can't see the printing when it gets there. Looks more professional too. But looks are everything. I know you might run into nobody that really cares at some extent. It depends on what you sell. I don't care how clothing shows up as long as it's protected. I don't, for the most part, care how my stuff comes in. But I'm not trying to make money off of it. I'm not, you know, we don't buy much off eBay to resell. So most of what we get off eBay is personal items, dispensers, tape boxes, clothing for the kids sometimes, clothing for myself sometimes. Amazon we order a lot off of. We have Prime, so you know. Got one item left. The last item I got, these are Hallmark, brand new. I believe they're from, I don't know, 80s, 90s. All these are Christmas pins. I got 179, I think, of these for $5. I got a box. I'm assuming it was a box literally from a Hallmark store that they couldn't sell, or it was outdated, or whatever the case may be. They were all brand new. I got $8 for these 4, and I've been selling them in that range, $8 to $12. Lots of 4 for quite some time. I got these boxes, so I'm literally just going to throw it in a box. It still only weighs, I'm under the limit of what charge. It's first class, so no big deal. These boxes, as I said, I got a ton of them. I don't usually ship with boxes like this. I use the cardboard that I cut and break down. So, 2 378s. I've got a tin sign. There is a book I sold for $200. And then this is pretty much about typical for a decent day for me in small packages. These are photos, magazine. This is a toy. The rest of these are all cards, postcards, Victorian, labels, all that stuff. So there's, I don't know, some of these have 10 items in them. One of these I sent 10 cards to the same person, and there's probably 4 or 5 that have 2 or 3 to the same person. So there's probably about 45 auctions worth here. This is not my Amazon. This is just the eBay part. I still have to wrap a few things for Amazon. I sold a clock ID book for $229 this morning. It'd been up for 6 months. That's top dollar though, so I can't complain. They sell for only about $90, $95 on eBay. So the book I sold, it was a Good deal. I might show it in the video that I'm doing later this week, talking about what I've sold. So again, this is a typical day for me. This is what I sell. This is how much goes out. They pick it up here at my location. I never go to the post office unless I'm sending a first class registered overseas. So that's about it. Well, that's it for wrapping for today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. Please subscribe if you haven't. Share and tell a friend. Have a good day.